John Pafuor, a geologist, is going through the most difficult time of his life. His son, Carl, who is 27 years old, is battling for a stable condition. He tells me how and when he realized his son was mentally derailed.
Carl finished University of Mines, School of Mines, and he read geomatics engineering.
That's in Takwa.
Yes. Now, after the national service, he came back home and he was jobless. So I suggested few things, but he said he wouldn't do such a thing. He said he wanted to do his own private business. I was called around midnight that Carl was preventing some of the tenants from entering the house. I called him and I was observing him. I realized no, Carl had mental issues.
He is upset that laws enshrined in the Mental Health Act, which propose a free care and treatment, are not enforced.
I sent him to the Accra Psychiatric Home. Now, this is how the mental hospital work now. They have an emergency place. You pay 200. That excludes his feeding and then medication. So before, for a day, you might be spending about 300 to 400 cedis over there. That is if you are the emergency center. So I tried admission several times. They refused. They told me there wasn't any space. Then I went to the social welfare. I said, no, this is my son. He's very aggressive. And he didn't even want to see me. So there's no way we could keep him. So I fought over there. And finally, he was admitted. Now, there you have to make a deposit of 2,500 cedis. Now, they told me for each to see a psychologist, each section is 250 cedis. And then for rehabilitation, you have to pay 3,000 cedis a month. Now, for some time now, I've not been working because of this situation. Look at how everybody is suffering. I don't have the right to put Carl in chain. Neither do I have the right to confine him. It is the right of the state.
As John cannot afford for the cost of treatment, he has developed a strategy on his own in a bid to keep his son away from the public.
At home, he doesn't want to see me.
So where have you put him?
He's at SEC here. I've acquired here for an office. I'm telling you, once you get into mental health issues, you'll be poor. Because every money that you get will run through there. So I'm saying this for families who have the same problem, to be aware that the treatment of their ward or wherever is free.
For mental health patients?
Yes, for mental health patients. So they should come together so that we fight. So everything can be okay. I have wept, not only for my son. I wept at the mental home because there are a lot over there suffering. Because now that they have increased, the price is increased to 2,500, we are going to have so many people in the street now. In Accra alone, from what I read from the statistics, we have about 16,000 roaming in Accra.
He also added that stigmatization has also become a challenge for these patients.
One night we were there, I heard shouting. Then I went out. My son was on the ground. Guys around, they have organized, they were leashing him. So I shouted and I begged them that is my son before they left him. So I asked them, what has he done to them? Up to now, they are not able to tell me anything. And then there's an Alhaji there. He told me that the way he walks in the area, in that aggressive manner, he might harm their children. So from there, he came to the house and he has to gather a lot of stones around himself. And it's very dangerous to live with him.
As parents and relatives get frustrated about the cost of treating their wards, the Mental Health Authority also says the public mental facilities had received limited funds from the government to operate, hence making it difficult for them to provide free treatment.
No, the Mental Health Act has outlawed individuals paying for mental health services because of the economic challenges of most of the people who may be suffering from mental health conditions, thinking that government will release money from time to time to take care of their treatment. The intention was to make it free for them. But you agree with me that all is not well with our financial strength for all these years. And the good news is that the current management of the National Health Insurance Authority has given us opportunity to at least include top 4 of our mental health conditions on the National Health Insurance benefits package, and that is currently being worked on. We hope that the first quarter of 2023, these top 4 conditions will be included in the National Health Insurance Scheme benefits package. If you ask me what are those conditions, we've already recommended schizophrenia and its various types, bipolar, and all forms of depression to the National Health Insurance Authority. So people who have these conditions, once they have the National Insurance card, they will be covered and reimbursement will be done to the hospitals.